Hey guys, welcome to the first ever Taking It Deep. I'm Sean Coco and I'm so glad you're here. My mother has an answer for everything.
I've got an answer for everything.
95% of the time, she's wrong. I had this idea for a show. What if we all had the answers? What if we did? What if we all had the answers that my mother thinks that she does? What could we do then? That's what Taking It Deep is all about. Thank you for joining us. Let's take it deep. Each week we're going to take different subjects and take them deeper, dig into them, things that have been skated over in the media, and see what they're really about. This week you probably have heard that Donald Trump is saying that the media is biased, that the election is rigged, and there's a conspiracy against him. I think it's all bullshit. He believes that it's true, so we're going to dig deep this week and see if he's actually right. Is the media biased? Is there a left-wing conspiracy against the conservative right? And I'm going to salute first ladies of the past who actually have gone a lot deeper than you may have thought. Virginia is a woman that you think at 90 years old has seen it all, but she can still be surprised. Let's get this party started and take it deep.
Republicans do this stuff, though, and I've criticized them heavily in the past. They do things like, oh, the system is rigged. This is similar to me when they say, well, the media is biased. Yes, the media is largely biased against Republicans. Deal with it.
The thing is that you also have to remember the landscape of news has changed so much in the past, 15 years. Now we have 20 years, we have 24/7 news. And I think the problem there is when you look specifically at cable networks, you have people that have to talk for 24/7. You're going to get personalities. It's no longer a newscast the family sits down with at night and has these old school journalists like Barbara Walters running the roost.
What I'm saying is that under the field that's labeled objective journalism, there are far too many people in that sphere that I think lean left. And they show it.
Because this undermines democracy. It undermines the way of our life.
Eric, I have been brutalized by the mainstream media.
I know.
I'm a commentator.
I know.
I say I'm a conservative. I'm open. I'm supporting your dad for president. I'll proudly pull the lever for him. But NBC, CNBC, Univision, CNN, MSNBC fed questions to Hillary. You know, the New York Times, Boston Globe, Washington Post. They're colluding with the campaign. And they're going to criticize me, and I'm honest?
Yeah.
In the media, the reason that you are protected by our Constitution is because you're supposed to be objective and on the side of the people and helping them. When you take sides, it is absolutely distorting to the original
What side have I taken, Dr. Carson? I'm just curious, because I'll tell you what, Hillary Clinton people think I'm on Trump's side, and Trump people think I'm on Hillary Clinton's side. I'm so confused. I don't know what side I'm on.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that your network is unbiased?
I don't believe any network is unbiased.
It's interesting. I do think, look, I think bias is an issue, and I think bias is something you rigorously have to think about and look at, and you know, if you make a mistake, admit you make a mistake. But I think there are also many kinds of biases. I think
we don't get fair questions. Just last night, CNN added in the word racial that he never mentioned with profiling. Your network added in racial to make it look like he had said racial profiling where he never had.
I want to interrupt you there because that was a lower third, as we call them, on our screen. It actually happened during this hour. And I want to make it clear the word racial should not have been put in quotes.
Thank you.
Right.
But I want to ask you
the prevailing wisdom in Washington, as you know, and in New York City, is that we journalists know better than everybody. We know better than everybody, all right? We're smarter, all right, than the president, the senators, the mayors, and particularly a barbarian like Trump. That is really, the fangs are really out because they don't think, they being journalists, that Trump is worthy enough to even run. He's not worthy. So that's what you're seeing, and that's absolute bias.
You love to take shots at Fox News.
Yes, I do.
Over the years, you have called us, and we're going to put this on the screen because this is heavy stuff. A biased organization relentlessly promoting an ideological agenda under the rubric of being a news organization. Where do you come up with this stuff? Well, here's the deal. Are you willing to say the same thing about the mainstream media, about ABC, CBS, NBC, Washington Post, New York Times, would you say the same thing about them, that they are, in your words, a propaganda delivery system relentlessly pushing a liberal agenda?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Why not?
Because I don't think they are. I think you are. Fox News is much more reactive.
You don't think the New York Times is a liberal organization?
Because I think their bias is towards sensationalism and laziness. I wouldn't say it's towards a liberal agenda, and I think...
And finally, new rule: conservatives who constantly whine that Christianity is under attack from liberals. So please tell me, in what universe do the following statements make sense? Mike Huckabee says we are moving rapidly toward the criminalization of Christianity. Ted Cruz says there's no room for Christians in today's Democratic Party. What? 80% of Democrats in Congress are Christian, and 78% of Democratic governors. You can look this shit up, you know. Bill O'Reilly says if you're a Christian or a white man in the USA, it's open season on you. Yes, that explains all those recent videos of police shooting unarmed white clergymen. But when Jeb Bush says, how strange in our own time to hear Christianity spoken of as some sort of backward and oppressive force, who else is talking about it that way? Is it Nancy Pelosi? No. Harry Reid? No. Obama? Pfft, he says he wakes up to scripture on his BlackBerry. Obama does every show on TV except this one because he can't even be seen with an atheist. I gave him $1 million. He treats me like I lent him $1 million. So who are we talking about? Hillary? No. Bill? Biden? Al Gore? Al Franken? Elizabeth Warren? Jesse Jackson? Who? Nobody. That's who. Sean Hannity says the liberal media's war against religion is alive and well. Okay, so it's more of the media thing, like my friend Ariana from the liberal Huffington Post, because she's written 3 books about faith. I know, because we argue about it after sex. Is it the liberal gang at MSNBC? Because I've never heard any of them say anything anti-religion. One of them is a reverend. One of them attacks me when I attack religion. Is it the late night guys? Because I never hear any of them do it either. Is it Ellen or Rosie or Chelsea? We know it's not Oprah.
I can't help but give the award of the week for going deep to Michelle Obama, First Lady. She really spoke her mind, her heart, and went deeper than we ever expected. So I'm going to salute her, and I'm going to salute First Ladies of the past who actually have gone a lot deeper than you may have thought. Take a look.
After so many struggles and triumphs and moments that have tested my husband in ways I never could have imagined, I have seen firsthand that being president doesn't change who you are. No, it reveals who you are.
That it is no longer acceptable to discuss women's rights as separate from human rights.
The best thing in the world when the Supreme Court voted to legalize abortion and, in my words, bring it out of the backwoods and put it in the hospitals where it belonged. I thought it was...
Are we too obsessed with your hair, your makeup, your clothes?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. But I don't think we can get around it. Maybe when we finally have a first gentleman. And maybe we should be that way about the first gentleman also and really critique the way they look all the time. Their choice of tie or their hairstyle or whatever.
What's your advice?
Or maybe their weight.
What about women?
How he's treated women.
Yes. I mean, unbelievable. I don't know how women can vote for someone. And money doesn't buy everything. It's accomplishments and what you're doing and giving. And It's incomprehensible to me.
We saw this candidate actually bragging about sexually assaulting women. And I can't believe that I'm saying that a candidate for president of the United States has bragged about sexually assaulting women. And I have to tell you that I can't stop thinking about this. It has shaken me to my core in a way that I couldn't have predicted. So while I'd love nothing more than to pretend like this isn't happening and to come out here and do my normal campaign speech, it would be dishonest and disingenuous to me to just move on to the next thing like this was all just a bad dream. This is not something that we can ignore.
Virginia is a woman that you think at 90 years old has seen it all, but she can still be surprised. But she's got some great words of wisdom to go a little deeper.
I want to tell you something about Trump that really got to me after I kind of calmed down. Now, I don't go around hating people. I hate when people hate other people, and I've had reason to hate people. But yesterday I was at the point where I really hated that man. He was so awful. He was so demeaning. He was so rude. I don't think anybody should ever talk to anybody the way he talked to that woman.
Thank you for joining us. Let's take it deep.